Hello, I'm Craig Waters from Aviation Business News, and I'm the editor of MRO Management. We're getting ready for our annual Predictive Aircraft Maintenance conference this year, taking place in London on the 27th and 28th of November. And I'm pleased to be joined on this video with one of the conference speakers, David Harper, the Fleet Support Director for Customer and Product Support Operations at GE Aerospace. So ahead of the conference, David, I wanted to get some of your thoughts from you about the MRO industry and your involvement in the conference. But before we get on to that, could you please, for those that might not know you, just give us a little overview of yourself and about your role at GE Aerospace?
Indeed, my name's David Harper. I work for GE Aerospace. I'm the Fleet Support Director. We look after 42,000 engines across the GE and CFM fleets, providing 24/7 support for the technical operations and particularly the remote monitoring and diagnostics, predicting maintenance needs for the fleets worldwide. About myself, I've been with GE for more than 30 years, experience in aviation, energy, always around gas turbines, and just love working with people, new ideas, and finding ways of solving customers' problems and moving things forward.
Great, thanks, David. So the Predictive Aircraft Maintenance Conference this year, you'll be speaking on day one, delivering a presentation, I believe. So without giving too much away, can you share a little about what you're going to cover? What will our delegates expect to hear from you?
Right, so yes, well, what we're talking a little bit is we're saying like beyond the magic. So this is about making AI and ML really work in the predictive maintenance space. We've been on a journey for 10 years more in doing that. And what we've seen is it's a lot more difficult than it might first seem. People can make it sound very simple, but really there's some important things you have to have, the domain expertise, excellent digital systems, and a large data set to learn from. And it's those things combined that we'll be talking about and how that makes AI and ML really come to life and be useful in this application.
Excellent. Thanks, David. Well, it sounds like your presentation is one not to be missed, so we'll definitely be looking forward to that. And in general, David, what is your assessment of the current state of play with predictive aircraft maintenance techniques in the MRO industry? What are you observing?
Well, I think we've made a lot of progress, but there's still quite a long way to go. As I said, we need those foundation elements, the domain expertise, the analytics set, and the data set. You have to really understand the detail of the engine, understand the design limits, the controls, and how that works. You've got to have really good analytics, you've got physics-based models, data science models, and combine all that together. And then, of course, the data set to teach the AI ML from. What I think is that we've seen that some parties have some of those elements. They're not always well connected. Data can be incomplete. We lack quality. All of that's hindering progress. I think within G and CFM, we have all of those elements. We're able to process a lot more data than we were in the past. Typical LEAP engine today is 75 times as much data as we'd have had from a CFM 56. But we definitely see that there's opportunities ahead where, by partnering, by working to get that data moving across the ecosystem, we can achieve much better results for everybody. And I think that's what we need to be talking about at the conference.
Excellent, thank you. So the Predictive Aircraft Maintenance Conference agenda is packed with lots of different panels and sessions covering a wide range of PAM issues. So what topics are you personally looking forward to hearing and learning more about at the event, David?
Oh, that's tricky. I mean, last year's event was really good. I mean, all the speakers were interesting. We found it very valuable. I think, it's events like this that give us inspiring new ideas. And, the group I always are interested in the airlines because they're really at the front line of this. What are they seeing and how are they finding this useful? Another speaker that really is interesting is Dr. Fan from Cranfield, because he brings the academic point of view. And that's always different, and that gives a different slant, and that always makes us think differently. So I think that's some of the ones I'm looking forward to, but they're all going to be very interesting, I'm quite sure.
Excellent, thanks, David. So specifically at GE Aerospace, what predictive maintenance solutions do you offer, and what are the key benefits for your customers?
Well, mainly it revolves around our monitoring service. That's the 24/7, 365 days a year service we provide. That's accessible through our web portals. Customers get the information, the notification reports we send, identifying when there's something they need to do. We also have the analytics-based maintenance where we're looking forwards. what's coming up, predicting when will engines need to come off in the future for maintenance, and how can we best plan and manage that across a fleet. We make sure that all our customers get the same level of service, be they the large airlines, might be working internationally, or a smaller airline that maybe just starting. They all get the same quality of analytics that we can offer to them, and bring that power of those 42,000 engines to help them. Another thing we're particularly proud of, I'd say, recently is our Fleet Monitor X tool. We keep increasing the capability of that. Makes it really easy for the power plant engineers to understand what's going on with every engine, see data that's really useful right at their fingertips, and then tie back to, again, be able to predict and understand better what to do, make the right decisions at the right time.
Great. And David, do you think there are any challenges to overcome for the wider implementation of predictive maintenance? Has the industry turned a corner from the impact of the COVID crisis? Is lack of industry collaboration an obstacle? What do you think?
Well, I think we're back from the COVID crisis. The recovery is over, but I think you touched on a good point there. The industry collaboration, as I said, I think remains an obstacle. We're still siloed. We have parts of the data, not everybody has all of it, and so being able to share that effectively, I think, is critical in moving forwards. I mean, some of the other obstacles we can see are the way different countries are setting up national data laws. We've got the European Data Act coming soon. We've got national entities wanting to restrict how data can flow. Can it leave their country? Where should it be stored? Then there's data sharing agreements between operators, OEMs, and partners. We need to set those up so we can respect the intellectual property of each one and personal data, make sure that's managed properly. And then that needs consistent data quality standards. If we don't have good ways of exchanging data, we can't really build good models with it, and without those models, we're not going to get the answers we need. And I think another challenge, and this is very real today, is cybersecurity, data protection. Clearly, there's actors that would like to get that data and could use that in worrying ways. So we've got to make sure that when we're doing all this, we're keeping the data well controlled, well protected, within the industry, and looking after that properly as well. I think that's important.
Great, thank you. And finally, David, an event like our Predictive Aircraft Maintenance Conference is just such a great way to bring experts together and learn and discuss. So how important do you think it is to meet with the industry, learn from each other, and understand what everyone else is doing?
I think it's very important. As you said, to be successful, we've got to bring everybody together, share where we are, share information, understand how we can all bring the different pieces of this puzzle together in a good way so we can collaborate, trust each other, share the data, and move everything forward. I think partnerships, platforms, these type of things, talking about those and working together is really, really important. So definitely going to be a very useful event. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for sharing your thoughts, David. We look forward to seeing you at the conference. It's certainly shaping up to be a great event, and we're excited to have you involved. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks, Craig. No, this has been great. I think on the part of the GE CFM team, we're really excited, looking forward to this. I'm sure it's going to be a great event, and look forward to seeing everybody soon in London. And thanks for taking the time to watch this video.